today we're going to do Ophelia just because it's the most consistent in terms of variability. Goal is essentially just start with Ophelia and finish her story, all 4 chapters. I guess if we're ready to go, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, good luck on the run. You'll need it.
I will, honestly. A lot of this game has a lot of RNG with it. My PBs are 1 flat, but the estimate's 1 hour 15 for the sole reason that I could death cycle at certain points. So we're just getting introduction to Ophelia, the main characters, her sister and father. We skip all the cutscenes, fortunately. And now we're getting introduced to path actions. Ophelia's path action is guide, which means if we're at a high enough level, we can guide certain NPCs and have them fight on our behalf. At the moment, it's just a tutorial. We're guiding this kid back to his mother. And then we're going to have a little bit of just cutscene-y time for a bit. Just talking to our sister. She's meant to go on this great pilgrimage around the continent, but our father's incredibly ill and she's grief-strucken, so she doesn't want to go on the trip anymore. And we're just going to go comfort her and then essentially steal her duty from her.
Well, we actually explained the lore.
Yeah, there's lore in this game.
There's a lot of it. It's actually, some of it's pretty good.
Mm.
I don't find the start of this story too interesting though until later on.
Yeah. Well, it's better than Alphen.
I don't mind Alphen points, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, we won't even see him in this run.
Aren't we grateful this game includes a skip cutscene option?
Oh, 100%. Just imagine mashing through all of those text boxes.
It's so good.
But now we're on to actual gameplay. We're going to pick up a slightly better weapon for ourselves. Now we're going to go use the path action to get the most annoying person in the whole run, the summon NPC, the summon wins guy. If I try and use him in battle, sometimes he'll use an ability called Summon Winds, which strikes all enemies with wind-based attacks, which is great for breaking enemies, which I'll explain shortly. But really bad if he doesn't use that move. Alright. As for how battles work in this game, enemies will have what are known as shield points. We'll want to be able to break those shield points so we can deal large amounts of damage to the enemies. If we're trying to just attack them when they've got shields up, we'll do basically no damage to them. As you can see though, right now I'm not really fighting enemies, I'm just fleeing them. Caught by surprise, nice.
Breaking shields makes fleeing a lot more consistent. It's faster to actually just straight up flee, but like it's like you can not end up like not fleeing, lose a bit of time, and if you keep fleeing, because it takes up a turn, you could take a lot of damage and die, which obviously is slow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If the enemy's broken, the flee chance is 100%. You're always guaranteed to successfully flee.
Something you'll see KthRam do at points in the run is try and go up, down, left, or right, like those 2 directions, not like, and try and not go diagonal. This lowers the chance of getting an encounter, if I understand it correctly.
Supposedly, though, I have seen mixed results.
I had that explained recently. It might be wrong, but I think that's a thing.
Either way, we're coming up to Ophelia's Chapter 1 boss now. How well this goes really depends on the Summon Winds guy. We'll be summoning him straight away and hoping he uses the Wind ability. Just an attack. Because when he summons Winds, it does 3 hits to the enemy, which means that ultimately that takes 3 off their shield straight away.
So, bad RNG at the moment.
Yep. I actually need to heal. This is shocking. He's not going to even summon wins at all.
This is... Well, if you're going to do it, at least do it all the time. I bet he summon wins now.
Oh, 100%. Yep.
Yep. Brutal.
And now he flees, and we're on to the second phase of the fight, where he'll spawn and... Oh no, I didn't do enough damage.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
I guess it gets you the summon wins guy out again.
Oh.
That's what's meant to happen.
So basically, in that second, what's meant to happen is I'm meant to do enough damage the first time, so he summons an extra enemy. When that extra enemy comes out, I'll be able to kill it and get a bit of extra money for buying items later. But unfortunately, I'm going to be short on money in this run.
You didn't even get a chance to summon an enemy. That's so funny.
No lucky soulstone reward there. Sometimes 30% of the time that boss can drop a shadow soulstone, which I can use in the next boss fight, but because I didn't get it, I'll just have to go pick up one along the way.
So now Ophelia's kind of setting out on her journey. There's like 4 chapters in this game for a character's story, and we've just completed chapter 1. But instead of going to chapter 2 like you'd expect, we actually pick up a couple characters beforehand. Starting with a character called Cyrus.
Cyrus is a little bit broken. Once we get Cyrus, we'll stop fleeing from encounters, we'll start killing them. But I guess at this point, process is relatively similar for a couple minutes. I'm going to get some encounters here and there. Oh, of course I got a double. If you get a double encounter... Oh, nice. You just have to try and flee because you can't break 2 characters at once this early in the game. But I was going to say, at the moment I'm just doing simple encounters, breaking and fleeing. There's not much to explain to pick up Cyrus. So if there's any donations, now's probably the best time.
Okay, I would just like to remind everyone that we are AusSpeedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Game on Cancer, a charity which funds early cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. Thank you.
Alright, this is only a single encounter at least. That last double encounter with 3 turns is a little shaky.
Yep. That was fine. My health was above half. But no, it's a little unfortunate. It's 1 to 2 encounters in that room, and I was about to get out of the room with just 1 encounter. I'm also always guaranteed an encounter in this room, unfortunately. Not much I can do about it.
Alright, so you should make it to Atlas Dam, it's called? Yeah.
Atlasdom.
Yeah.
And then we'll be recruiting Cyrus, and that's where we start trying to kill stuff and grind for job points. Not experience, as you might think, because technically you could do the final boss at level 1 if you wanted. But we sort of need job points to get abilities in a way. When we do battles, we get experience, job points, and money. Job points sort of unlock new abilities and skills for the characters.
Yeah, you spend job points to learn skills, and then those skills, when you unlock them, get you support skills. And Cyrus has one specifically called Evasive Maneuvers, which decreases the encounters you get in overall, which is very useful because you'll see high level encounters which you do not want to experience as much.
No, hopefully none of them. But also, should mention what I'm doing real quickly. I'm using Cyrus's path action, Scrutinize, to unlock hidden item locations. And just because I'll need those items for later fights in a way, I picked up, yeah, I only have enough for one. So that's the consequence. I didn't have enough money to buy 2 hats there. That's from the Chapter 1 boss still. So Ophelia will be packing a little less damage for the rest of the run. But those items I picked up, the White Soulstone Medium and the White Soulstone Small, I'll end up using relatively shortly. Mainly to sneak into some high-level areas and kill some enemies. But that'll be in a bit. In this room, we're guaranteed 2 to 3 encounters. But this time we'll actually kill them, because we'll want to get job points for Cyrus. And of course I was caught by surprise.
So it's worth mentioning we've got Cyrus at the moment, but to actually like move on from this place, we have to actually complete the Chapter 1 to get the character, which is a little unfortunate, but at least you do some stuff that's useful for the character along the way.
Yeah. But yeah, at times you'll see that I'm just defending with Cyrus, and that's because Cyrus isn't quite strong enough to kill these enemies with one attack. He needs to build up a BP, so you might see there are little dots above the character's icons in battle. Those are BP or battle points. I can use my, I think it's battle or burst, it's one of those two. But I can use those in battle to increase the strength of my attacks, and if I'm doing physical attacks, increase how many attacks I do. So with Cyrus, he needs 3 BP to beat those random enemies. Alright, Cyrus is Chapter 1 boss. This can go quite terribly if Cyrus gets attacked a lot. That's good, that's good. Summon wins guy. Let's hope he actually cooperates. Hey! Very nice start. I'm gonna play it safe.
He's actually using the right attack.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shocked.
And so, Cyrus, even though the boss is actually weak to Cyrus's Blizzard attack, I'm using the fire because I want to get rid of these side enemies. And Ophelia is just going to use one of those the small light soulstone, and that should get rid of the enemies. Man, someone wins, guys, coming in clutch this this battle.
Also, soulstones will be very useful for another fight we do. You can have like small, medium, and large soulstones, and they do like, I think large. I know what large soulstones do. They do like 5,400.
Yeah.
I think medium's like 2,000 something. I don't remember the exact value. I think this is when broken as well. I don't know the damage if it's not broken.
Substantially less, but also, oh, this is bad. He's lived an extra attack because I couldn't get Ophelia to attack when he was last broken.
Uh-oh.
I was a little unsure what that damage range was going to be, but thank goodness. Okay, this is good. He's meant to be dead by now. But he won't kill us with this attack.
No, there should be fight done.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Cyrus has 30 job points, which is enough to get the first ability that I need for him, Lightning Blast. So I'll get that pretty much right as I finish his chapter. Now, I'd explain Cyrus's chapter 1, but we might get in a little bit of trouble with Monka TOS.
It's definitely a start to the story.
unfortunately, Ophelia's is much more normal.
Is it normal?
As normal as you can be in a JRPG with gods and magic everywhere.
I forget exactly what happens in Chapter 3. I'm pretty sure you have to, like, rescue something and then you gotta do this double fight, do you?
Wait, you don't remember? Oh, Tressa. I thought you meant Chapter 3.
No, Ophelia's Chapter 3.
Ah, yeah. So we're just going to get some multi-hit skills for Cyrus and Ophelia to just improve how we do our grinding. Because like every JRPG, we're about to do some grinding. Isn't that the best part of JRPG speedruns?
Yes. The very long grind we're about to do.
I know, right? Oh, man, it's just going to take forever. I don't know how anyone's going to...
It's a Kate.
Oh! Oh my god!
That is a Kate. That is very good, and I forget why.
I didn't even have to use the mod.
Do you even need a grind now?
No, I don't. That was the point. That was why I used the Soul Stone.
So usually you like, on the leaderboard there's a mod there's a Kate mod for speedruns on PC. And it's because getting a Kate's actually quite rare. But marathon luck.
Yeah. You get a Kate there, you get to skip going into the high level area and using that Soul Stone. You just kill it instantly and that's your grinding.
So yeah, very long grinding session was had. One battle.
And now we're using Cyrus's evasive maneuvers ability to roam around in these high level areas.
So, I saw the XP you got. Does that make the run a lot easier?
Maybe.
Alright.
I've never gotten the Kate before.
So, we're in new territory.
Ophelia might kill the Chapter 2 boss. Instead of it getting an extra turn to flounder around and buff itself for no reason.
So, I'm just going to say, remember how I said this run was going to sub on?
Oh, shush it. We haven't got into those horrible rooms yet. So by the way, the danger level is what your recommended level should be when entering these areas. So I'm currently in an area that I should be level 58 for. Because of that, chests have really strong items in them, like a large light soul stone. And over here, it's going to have like 20,000, I think. Yep.
Then you just did dip out because you did not want to get into any hell. For obvious reasons. Level 58 area is quite scary.
You might have noticed I dip my toes into Noble Court there. It's because once I visit a town, I can just fast travel back to it instantly. So I'll be warping back to Noble Court later to go to Ophelia's Chapter 4. I can't quite just book it to a Chapter 4 town, unfortunately. It's a bit too far away.
You can just flee from this, right?
I could, but... why do I need to when I've got Cyrus? Lightning Blast is a little bit broken. Oh my god, the job points are so high. Like, I saw the job points after the Kate, and usually I barely have 100 after grinding. Instead I had like 130 or something.
Yeah, it's very good.
I should actually mention what we're doing in the run now. We're going to go pick up Tressa, the merchants. Because merchants are a little bit broken, for reasons we'll see soon. Ah, surprised the enemy at least. That's a good thing. This is like the worst encounter to get.
So...
oh my god. Okay, you're right. The extra experience is going to help. Usually Blizzard doesn't kill that fish. It usually just breaks the conch and then I lightning blast next turn. But the reason we need to pick up Tressa is because merchants have an ability called Hired Help, which just lets us spend money to essentially hire people much stronger than us to deal lots of damage. Because our weak little level 10 characters can't really do too much against these strong Chapter 2 and 3 bosses.
She's also just passive income.
Yeah.
Whenever you go into a new area, I think like after an encounter you get money. Do you have to do an encounter? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think
Or is it just time based? I don't know.
I think she can just passively like walk into rooms and you get money from it.
No, because I don't think you can just straight up go into one room, out the next, like the room you've just come in.
Nah. Maybe it is an encounter that you need.
Yeah, that's what I've assumed. Might be wrong, but that's just my experience.
Yeah. Now we're doing Tressa's Chapter 1. At this point we're pretty strong, but her boss is actually a really difficult one. Oh, surprise the foe. So we're always guaranteed an encounter here as well, but with Cyrus it's usually pretty easy to break. And usually we kill it as well. But yeah, Tressa's Chapter 1 boss. Oof. There are two bosses in one, and it's a really tough encounter to deal with. Like, we have to do some very sneaky stuff in the speedrun to get through it.
You're building up this fight. Okay, I see what we're doing.
What do you mean? This is a hard fight.
Very hard.
And also just here, it's one text box, so it's quicker to actually just go through the text box than skip the cutscene. And fortunately, if I move correctly, I shouldn't get an encounter in this room. I should just be able to beeline it straight for the boss.
I mean, at this point, even if you do get an encounter, it's not.
Well, I don't know how to break these encounters in this room. I never get encounters here. I imagine it's just lightning blast though. Okay. Scary boss.
Yep. I think it's just one more soul stone and it's gone.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a hard boss. Casually, that is actually a quite difficult boss to deal with.
Yeah. Especially if it's like, if you pick Tressa first, like, you're dealing with two characters. Which is naturally just harder.
Yeah, with Ophelia, we didn't have the skills to break we didn't have the skills to break two characters at once, and Tressa definitely doesn't. So usually when you're in that fight casually, you've broken one of them and you try and do big damage while the other's beating up on you still. I think we've got a little bit of time for donations at this point. We're just sort of running to the shrines.
No problems at all. We have an anonymous $5.23, and it just says, such a pretty game and a fun run. Please put this towards Cricket 19 in cricket gear.
Hey.
Thank you.
That is a good incentive. Yeah, at the moment we're just picking up a little bit more money. Like, hired help's going to be crucial later on, so we need as much money as possible. But something that this game actually also does is it allows your characters to have secondary jobs, or like secondary classes, and get access to those skills. You've just got to find the shrine for that particular class. So right here we're going to pick up the warrior shrine, so that we can equip, I think, Tressa and then Ophelia as warriors later on.
There's 12 job classes in total. I think
Yeah.
representing each god in this game, I think.
Yeah.
Aside from one.
Wait, talking about that. That 13th god doesn't exist.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like, so you got your A classes, like for your job. These secondary jobs, they're A classes for representing like what each character does. And then you have 4 secret jobs, which are much more powerful. That you get them towards the end of the game, for a reason. unfortunately, we do not get to abuse that. But those secret jobs are so fun to use. But you just have to beat this a strong boss to do it. So
I should maybe explain what I'm doing very briefly. So, whenever you enter a room, there's a set number of steps that you can't get an encounter for. I don't remember the exact number, but it's after that, there's a chance that you get an encounter. If you save and quit back to the menu and load back in the room, that resets your step counter, and it lets you travel like really large rooms like this without getting an encounter at all. Which is good, because encounters in these rooms are really hard to break. But we're just picking up the merchant shrine now, because we're going to have 2 merchants. Double the hired help.
it's funny how we use hired help in the speedrun. Considering merchant is broken in so many other ways, casually.
It's funny, I think casually I didn't use hired help at all.
Costs money.
Yeah, exactly. You got to spend your money on new gear and weapons. Wasting money and items in a JRPG? Who does that? By the way, the reason we're heading out this way is because this is where... Uh-oh. Okay.
Ooh, not punished.
Not punished for walking down the wrong path. But this is where Ophelia's Chapter 3 will be. So we're just like making the trip here now so we can teleport back later. And now we're in 2 very scary rooms. If I get an encounter in these rooms, which I can get, I'm just dead 9 times out of 10. And we're running into something that happens with some of the characters. 4 of the characters are known as nobles and 4 are rogues, which means that characters like Cyrus, when they try and scrutinize, there's a chance I'll fail. If I fail enough times, oh, thank goodness. No encounter there. If it fails too many times, I think it's 5 times, I then have to go to the local tavern and pay 8,000 or however much money it is to restore my reputation so I can use path actions again. It's not too risky with that guy. It's very unlikely It's very unlikely that I'll run into reputational issues. But there's another guy in Ophelia's Chapter 2 who could have us being stuck there for a few minutes while we wait for him to comply. And even though I save and quit here, it's a very terrifying experience. Because an encounter here is still death, and I can still very much get an encounter doing this little run.
Yeah, it's so long that you have to like go to Grandport at level 45. Oh, you got nice.
This is really good luck.
This is a good run.
Yeah. The Kate and both of those. I just gotta hope the 30% scrutinized guy cooperates. So right there, I'm just buying a bracelet that increases the accuracy of whoever's using it. I'm gonna give it to Tressa because I can't afford her to miss attacks later. Otherwise, I'm sort of screwed. We're also gonna buy some items from other characters that we'll need later. Energizing pomegranates restore our battle points, so it can do stronger attacks more often. And I'll buy the healing grape just in case I run into some enemies along the way and I need to heal to last a bit longer.
A good thing about the merchant is that you get discounts for buying things.
If we're lucky.
Yeah, hopefully. Money is important. And we also just robbed this place of money.
25,000 and dazzling artwork, because sure. Eventually we'll sell all this stuff right before the Chapter 4 and have like 100,000 or something. Yeah. And now there's one more shrine we need to go pick up. It's a very safe version of this, of routing Ophelia. It sort of just guarantees good Chapter 2, 3 and 4 if you go pick up the Thief Shrine. But it's going to take us a while to get there. It's really slow because of that reason. So we've got a bit of time, I guess, for donations as I'm running all the way over there.
Alrighty. We do have a donation here, and I apologise for headphone users, but thankfully I'm old enough to get this reference. Good morning, ASM! That is to be read in the Robin Williams voice from the 1987 film, which is very, very old, but thankfully I am old enough to get that. That is a $29 donation from Anonymous, so thank you very much.
Unbelievable, 2 Kates in a run.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, I could have killed it if I wanted, but I have no real use for job points or experience anymore. I just wanted the fight done as soon as possible. So realistically, I shouldn't be getting any encounters for any of these rooms. Any encounter I get is just unlucky and slow, unfortunately. And there's going to be like 7 rooms for me to run through.
Yeah, it takes a while.
I mean, to be fair, I have to run this way anyway to get to Ophelius Chapter 2. But I'll have to tackle a few extra rooms because of that. And we're just going to pick up a really hidden chest right there for a bit more money and then tag this town. Because once we get the Thief Shrine, we'll just walk back here because it's sort of close to our Chapter 2.
That chest you just picked up, I'm not even sure I've picked that up in my casual playthroughs.
I think I did, but it's because I did Primrose really early.
I might have. It's easy to see from a certain angle.
Yeah.
There's such a harsh chest though when you're first looking at it.
And it's only one, like, an old coin, which is a couple thousand money, I think. Not that expensive, not that useful at the end of the day. The dazzling artwork that I picked up in Grand Port's something like 15,000. Yeah, this is where we diverge. I would have wanted to go down the lower path if I wanted to get to Ophelius Chapter 2. But the Thief Shrine just is much safer route in general. For a marathon run like this, it's preferred to do that. Otherwise, I could just be death cycling to the bosses.
I think this route loses a minute and a half, roughly.
Yeah, a minute and a half to guiding a warrior wart at the end of Chapter 3. Also, yes, please, don't make me use my soul stone. I have a soul stone specifically saved for this room and the previous 2, but hey, I've got an extra for later on. And again, Thief Shrine is to the left, but it's too far to run. And I could save and quit, but alternatively I could pop in here and get another large soul stone for the bosses later. And I'll also manage to reset the room entirely still and prevent an encounter. Hopefully.
Because saving and quitting loses a bit of time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, to go a bit, just because of loads.
Especially on Switch Physical. Like, there's so many versions of this game out there now, and Switch on physical cartridge is the slowest. And that's the version I've got. Alright, we've now essentially done all of the exploring we need. We've collected all the resources that we need to go and beat the rest of the chapters for Ophelia. So at this point, it's pretty much a straight shoot to the finish.
Back into the action.
Yeah. We got to get to our Chapter 2, I guess, first. But yeah, for reference on... I'll save that for, I guess, when we're about to do the Chapter 2 boss. Because those secondary classes that we picked up, Warrior, Merchant, and Thief, are going to have very specific uses. I mean, Merchant, I've already said it. We're going to spam Hired Help and deal a lot more damage than we're meant to be doing. But the other two have interesting uses. And this room is a little bit scary. I can kill the encounter here, but I'd rather not get it. Ah, damn it. Don't catch me. No! Oh, I surprised my foe. Oh. Let's go. I get to save the large soul stone. By using this soul stone.
And that works out perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I pick up those extra ones for that encounter specifically. And now we're on to Ophelia's Chapter 2. This is the first town that we're meant to be delivering the Sacred Flame to. That's essentially the whole goal of the pilgrimage, to take this Sacred Flame around the whole continent. And there we go, we're about to rekindle their flame, their copy of the Sacred Flame. I know everything's going well, you know, we should just realistically leave this town and move on, but no, we're going to run into some kids that are, one kid that's bullying another kid because his mother died. Apparently. But also, we're going to use Tress's Path Action Purchase a little bit to pick up a couple soul stones.
Is that actually what happens here? I forget exactly what the situation is. That's so brutal.
Yeah. Actually, wait, no. The bully is the orphan. And,
Okay. That's a bit better.
okay, this here's the scrutinize. Oh! First try. If I fail that scrutinize, I just have to keep trying, no matter how long it takes. But getting it first try, and it's a 36% chance. That's crazy. Yeah, basically we're just telling off the bully, saying, hey, you shouldn't be so mean to him, even though he lost your beloved mother's necklace. You should go make up with the kid and stop bullying him. But no, the kid's gone. He's run into the forest because he saw a giant monster carrying the necklace. Because that's definitely what we should do. If we see a giant monster taking someone else's possession, we should run after it.
Seems reasonable.
But also, thankfully, Summon Winds guy is dead. He's gone back to the original town, never to trouble us again. Until next run. So a bit more maneuvering. We're going to pick up one chest and do a save and quit, provided I don't get an encounter. Ah, damn it. I have enough soul stones to deal with this, but it's just not desirable. Yeah, I do. Basically, I need 2 soul stones, one for the guaranteed encounter in the next room and one for the boss. On the plus side though, because I got the encounter, I don't need to do a save and quit there. And worst case scenario, if you are low on soul stones, you can do 2 saves and quits here, but that's incredibly slow to do. Doing one of them is considered slow. 2 would be stupid. And it should be coming around here. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. If Study Foe pops up, it means the enemies didn't surprise us. If the enemies surprise us, they all get turns, and because they're much higher level than us, there's a decent chance they'll just kill us, and we have to redo the room.
You haven't actually had a death yet, which is actually pretty decent.
No, I know. I was going to donate $10 for every death, but I thought I'd have a lot more deaths by this point. So we're just equipping a bunch of skills at the moment that the characters are going to need for this upcoming fight. So, I don't even know how to pronounce this boss's name. It's like Frudavir or something. If I do this right, the boss should never get a chance to attack. So, Tressa's going to use the warrior skill Spearhead. That takes one shield off the enemy and moves her to first up next turn. Ophelia knocks off one more hit of its shield, and Cyrus takes off two more. And now Tressa can just kill it, or can break it straight away. It's just panicking here. The notes are helpful.
Yeah, if you do something wrong, it could be very bad, and it's probably a death.
Yep.
Specifically because of the low level. I think this is actually chapter 2. You're probably close to level,
Pretty much.
but chapter 3 and 4, you're definitely not.
Okay, we're going to see that extra level maybe help us here. Yep. Usually if Ophelia didn't get the pointed hat, I'd have to deal with one more turn. Panicked for a second there, nearly made 2 mistakes.
Well, you got the notes to save you.
Yeah, exactly. This morning when I was a little less nervous, I wrote the notes down for these 3 fights so I wouldn't forget them.
But I think we just talk to this person now, and chapter 2 will be done.
Yeah. And then there's no delaying, we'll just go straight on to chapter 3. We've done everything we need. Oh, and look, everyone's friends again. Actually, wait, no, I have to do one thing beforehand. The reason I scrutinized that guy on the bridge was so that this shop would sell a very particular item. These bracelets that increase health by 500 per person.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful.
Yep, I sort of need it to survive Matthias's hits in chapter 4. Can we just heal everyone up with Ophelia? And we're going to need a couple soul stones here as well, so I'm going to scrutinize a couple people and try and sort of sneak in, pick up those soul stones along the way. So I'll scrutinize this lady here. And I'll pick that up when I come back to this first area later. There was also a random guy that we scrutinized in the middle of nowhere. That was so that we could complete this quest and get 11,000 money. And there's our tutorial. The little pop-up there was the tutorial on how side quests worked. Because we skipped to the actual tutorial at the start of the game. Just picking up another energizing pomegranate. That one's going to be used in chapter 4. And now we're on to Ophelia's chapter 3, where some things happen. Tika, you were meant to read up on chapter 3 and what happens in it again, because I never remember.
I'm pretty sure the daughter of the Archbishop. That's
Whoa! That's spoilers. That's the end of the chapter.
Oh,
What's happening with Daniel here that we're guiding?
we're guarding what? Why are we guarding him?
From memory, if I'm actually remembering the plot of this chapter right, it's his sister got kidnapped and the ransom is the holy flame the sacred flame we're carrying.
Oh, right.
But oh no, the random priest has been poisoned. Let's go to Grandport. We need to go to some markets. This guy will be fine. He's on his deathbed, but you know what? We need more money.
Is he even on his deathbed?
He's been poisoned.
Did not remember that.
I'm pretty sure he's poisoned.
I thought it was something else. I thought it was just
Hey.
it was based on some other plot point.
Hey, you're asking me. This is the one chapter I don't remember. But we're coming into here because we're going to pick up a bit more money and an extra soul stone. The reason why we make this teleport now is because we have to go back to that first room of the town anyway. And we may as well just combine it with warping away to Grandport quickly for that stuff.
If you get lucky early in chapter 2 and you don't have to use a large soul stone, can you just skip that?
No, because of the money.
Ah.
Money is too tight. But I imagine I'll be able to skip my backups at the end of this chapter. And there's our chapter 4 boss. We just ignore him though. We'll see him in a chapter's time. Now, another room that I don't want an encounter in. Don't do it, game. Don't do it. We're so close. No!
At the save point as well.
I wonder if I have the soul stones to get away with this. I don't think I do.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
It's fine. They're all attacking Tressa. I just don't want them to kill Cyrus. That's fine. Now Cyrus. Can we flee? No. I think that's it. Don't kill Ophelia. Kill Cyrus if you want to, game. Okay. Last chance? No.
Oh no. First death.
Yeah. Unless...
No. No chance.
Rip.
No chance.
Unfortunate. That's $10.
And that's what happens when you get an encounter in a high level room.
You try and flee and hope.
That's the RNG factor coming into it. That's unfortunate.
To be fair, I probably should have tried to heal and last some more turns, but... You know what? Money's going to charity anyway. Don't do it again, game. There we go.
Insane how close that was.
And that's another cutscene that I just mashed through rather than actually skip it. Imagine that, I nearly had a game overless run. And we'll just do another save and quit here. Again, we don't want an encounter in this room if we can help it. The chapter 3 bosses. I was a little notorious early on for constantly dying in the boss, because I would forget what to do. It's, I would argue, even more precise than the previous boss. The previous boss, if I muck up, I can sort of make it up afterwards. But these two, Mystery Man and Shady Figure, I can't really save it if I make a mistake. They're just too strong at this point.
And it's just two enemies as well, which are harder to deal with and manage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also get the stuff like this, which random weaknesses will get blocked off, which is fantastic. Is it completely RNG?
No.
Which ones? It's not, okay.
So it's always those last two. It's always the last ones with these guys.
Okay, I know some fights can be like RNG as to what weaknesses they block, but I think this one's just introducing you to it, so...
And now we're going to use hired help with the weak version of it, because we just need to break that guy. Wait, no. I feel he's meant to use one of the soul stones here. And this will kill one of these two guys. The top one, I believe. Yeah. And I'm going to play it a little safe here. I could just kill him instantly with another soul stone, but I want a little bit more money. I just paused a little second there because I needed to check how many soul stones I have. Because I've got 2 large soul stones, I can skip collecting some medium soul stones at the end of this chapter. There's a fight right before Matthias, the final boss of Ophelia's story. And if I don't have 2 large soul stones, I have to use 1 large and 2 mediums. But in this case, I've got 2 larges, so I can just move on. Hey, now we come to the end of Ophelia's chapter 3 when, oh, what a surprise, our sister is here. It turns out our father, who she was looking over, has died. He's been poisoned, spoilers. And Matthias, the leader of a secret cult aiming to resurrect the 13th god Galdara, yes, that is a sentence, has tricked her into thinking the sacred flame can revive her father. So she's stolen it from us and is going to help him resurrect Galdara.
To anyone who doesn't understand this game, that probably made no sense whatsoever, and it's so funny. Even though I'm just listening to that now, it's just like, that's just wild.
Okay, we're going to make some quick changes to our characters. Oops, Tressa first. I need to give her the cover support skill, and then I'm going to turn her into the thief. And Ophelia's going to need Reflective Veil for the final fight, and then I'm going to make her the warrior. I don't need persistence, but I always just equip it because why not? And hilarious story about this chest. In the practice room the other day, I decided, you know what, I never used that item, I'm just going to skip it. And then I didn't have enough money for the final fights. So I had to sell an item I usually use in that final fight, and the healing grape there is meant to be the backup. So I had to sort of teleport back and go get it.
This is a very bad encounter, is it?
No, this is the guaranteed encounter.
Okay.
It's a little bad that they went first, but they always spam lower defense. Ah, thank you, Cyrus.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm relying on Ophelia to break them both now. Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
I need Ophelia to live. Attack Cyrus. Do it. Good. Oh, thank goodness he hits. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, that's bad. The other one's back now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This is a shambles. This is honestly a shambles.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's death number 2.
Oh. That's usually a guaranteed escape.
Damn, that's so unfortunate.
Well, I'm not getting sub 1 now.
I think you were on pace for it possibly before.
Maybe. But either way, it gets us closer to the actual estimate.
And it's money to charity, which is also a bonus.
Exactly. Just picking up that cat's eye for a bit more money. All right. Second chance. Oh, Ophelia's up first. See, that's fine. That's how this is expected to go. Because then Tressa comes up to the tape.
Oh no.
Tressa comes up to the table and then I hit the wrong one. Because of course. Okay, Cyrus actually hit his attacks.
Now you can flee.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of meant to happen.
The idea is that Tressa with that accuracy boosting item will break the other one if Ophelia doesn't break both of them. But last time Tressa died before I could get to her. On the plus side, I'm watching the encounter rather than the boss fights. Ah, yes, this town. Before we do anything, we need to make sure we sell everything and have 88,000.
More than enough.
I miscounted and I sold that extra thing. Oh, I forgot to change Tressa's item, but it's fine. I'll just remember after this. So we've just been tricked by the town because everyone in the town is a cultist led by Matthias. And they've thrown us in jail. But oh, our sister comes by and goes, you know what, I feel so bad. I'm just going to free you so you can just run away. Really thinking that we wouldn't actually try and stop this from happening.
I mean, right now it looks like you're running away.
I'm running back to the town. I'll just remember to actually give Tressa this, because otherwise she's going to die in the final boss. I sort of need her to live. That'll do. And now I've got 2 rooms here before the final boss. Another 2 rooms that I don't want to get an encounter in, no matter what. Especially since I didn't pick up my backup soul stones. On the plus side with this game, if you're ever lost and you need to know where to go, you just follow the torches. Every dungeon has them pointing towards the end of it. And then this room's incredibly convoluted. You have to go like down and up and down and left and right.
This is a cool room. I think I spent a bit here just getting chests.
Okay. And now here comes the last save and quit. Because we can't just run into the fight. There's a chest a little bit below where the save point is with 30,000 in it. And that's an extra hard help. Grab the chests, thank you.
Then hopefully make it back without an encounter.
Yep. I got caught on the bricks. So first we're going to fight the cultists. I need to hope that they don't kill me before my merchants can act. Oh, perfect. My merchants are straight up. So turn order is partly decided by speed, but also random. So I've just used Hide Help Mercenary, a little bit of money, and then all these guys are broken, and I can use the 2 soul stones to kill them.
This is the easy fight, though.
No, this is the hard fight. What are you... Oh, actually, yeah.
No.
Oh, I didn't get the troll item.
As long as your merchants go, it seems pretty, like, reasonable.
Yeah.
To beat.
But now, Matthias, the quickest route and the route that I do has around a 2 in 9, a little bit less than a 2 in 9 chance of you just losing. But if you don't get that 2 in 9 chance, it's a guaranteed win. And it's quick. I need to hope that Matthias doesn't attack the same person twice. Wait, no. He uses Blizzard. Now I need him to not attack the same person twice. Don't attack Cyrus. Hey, there we go. We've won.
That was so close for Tressa's health. I could see why he did the item.
Yep. And Tressa's turn, I'll heal one person back up. Ophelia breaks. And now Cyrus needs to give Tressa an item so that she can armor corrosive and use hide help on the next turn. I don't think I ever explained what armor corrosive does. It just lowers the enemy's defense. So I'm not going to kill Matthias here. That's not how this works. He's going to get a chance to counterattack us. And if Cyrus gets hit, he will die. So what we do is we use Ophelia's good old reflective veil that we bought just before, and we protect Cyrus. So now Matthias is going to attack. Everyone's health is going to go really low, and the attack to Cyrus is just going to reflect right back. And that little hit just uses up his turns. Give Cyrus a bit more BP for the next turn. And then a Blizzard will knock Matthias into break range. So now Ophelia, who's up first, will break Matthias. And then these last two attacks will kill the boss. Need to be boosted though.
And this is...
Time will be after I skip the second cutscene. So there'll be 2 cutscenes after this. When the bar fills on the second, that's time. And time.
Well done. What time was that in the end?
I'm not sure. 101.
Damn.
Nearly a PB. Yeah.
That was with 2 deaths as well.
Yeah. Oh god, imagine if I didn't get those deaths. That would have been sub 1.
I was close to calling it.
I should say thanks everyone for having me. Thanks ASM and all the staff for running this incredible event and having me on. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope you honestly donate money to this charity. It's an incredible cause. And best of luck everyone with the rest of the marathon. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
That's convenient.
Oh, we might be able to show the finish screen. Actually, I can say something cool with the credits. Usually, all the chapters you do along the way, you'll beat a bunch of bosses, and the game remembers what your last action was to kill each of those bosses. And throughout the credits, it usually shows like a nice slideshow of all those bosses you've beaten. In our case, we beat like 3 to 4, so there'll be 3 to 4 times a boss pops up.
Yeah, just pops up randomly every now and again.
It's much better when it's like your 30-second chapter and there's like 31 bosses beforehand. Like here, we're about to see us beating Cyrus's chapter 1 boss.
Very epic. It's very cool how it saves that though. Very nice detail.
Oh, it's great. Soon we'll get to see Tressa use the Soul Stone to kill her 2 bosses.
I honestly might give this speedrun a go. It doesn't seem too hard to learn.
It's honestly a really easy speedrun to pick up. The community's very welcoming. They've got a large number of guides for both beginner and advanced strats across all categories. The hardest part is just remembering everything and not like choking in a marathon and forgetting what to do when. Yeah, come on. I wanna see Tressa just using the item.
I forget how long credits go. I usually just walk away.
Yeah. Well, usually I just quit. Like, there's a nice scene that happens after the credits, basically. I mean, I can spoil it, because I'll skip through the text anyway, but... Oh, yeah, wait, here we go. Incredibly hard boss fight. Spam 2 items.
Puts hand out. You die now.
Yeah, at the end, like, the sister's feeling incredibly, like, regretful for her actions, and we just cheer her up, and then we get, like, the Finn screen for Ophelia. Actually, what, there'll be 3 more to see?
There's Tress's chapter 1 boss, and there's just Ophelia's chapters, yeah.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Can't believe I got a Kate's.
That was... You got 2 of them in the run.
Yeah. I love it how, like, I reacted. I was just like, what? And you're just like, oh, okay. And you didn't realize that it skips the grind.
Oh no, I had no idea it would. I just didn't expect the levels.
Oh, there we go. Ophelia's chapter 2. What did I do last on it? I think it was Hide Help. Yeah, it was. And then chapter 3, did I use the Soul Stone for that one, I think?
That sounds familiar, yeah.
I think, like, the second guy lasted an extra turn.
Yeah, you broke the first guy, and then the second one, yeah. I guess we'll see.
I'm, like, partly sad I got the Kate, because, Ophelia not getting the points at hat means that the chapter 2 boss usually lasts an extra turn, and then you just, like, thwack it with your staff, and it deals 20 damage and kills it. Because it's like it's that close to killing it. But yeah, at this point, honestly, there's how this game goes. There's 7 other characters as well, and then there's a whole super boss afterwards that Ticker recently beats.
Yeah, I'm very happy I did that. It took a lot of preparation to beat. Way more than I usually do.
And I was a coward. I got to where the super boss was, and I went, this is a little bit too hard for my low levels. I think they expect you to be like level 70 plus, and I was like level 50, and I'm just like, I'm fine. I'm just exploiting stuff, and then I tried the boss and died in the first turn.
Yeah, it's quite brutal. But definitely, even play this game casually. It's like so much fun. The different classes and trying to synergize different strategies together is quite a fun thing. And the soundtrack of this game is great. I like this game visually as well. It's overall a great game. I'm playing through the second one at the moment, and yeah, it takes the first game and just improves upon it very well.
It was based by Square Enix when they announced it, because no one was expecting it. People thought they were going to port like the mobile gacha game for Octopath over. But instead they were just like, boom, sequel, and hey, you know these like 3 to 4 things people weren't a fan of in the first game? We're just going to change and improve them and listen to you for the second game. You want faster battles? We'll give you a speed up button. You want characters to interact more? We'll make all their stories interact together at the very end.
How much more of these credits are there?
It's just about done. We just saw Matthias get beaten, remember?
Yeah.
It's ironic that you can skip everything in this game except the final credits.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But you do get to listen to the banger music. One thing I'm disappointed in, I don't think they have a you, the player, section in the credits.
Alright, there we are.
No, we're not done yet. We're not at the fin screen. And there's our sister. She's not eating anything because she's so guilt-stricken by betraying us. And now we're just going to guide her. Going to take her to the hill where essentially she cheered us up when we were a kid. And as someone pointed out to me the other day, all of the rocks have faces on them. And I can't unsee that now.
That's the fin screen.
Yeah, thanks everyone again. Thanks Tika for commentating with me today. I know you sort of like rushed to finish the casual playthrough to be ready for this.
I was done with it ages ago. I just wanted to beat the final boss.
And thanks again, AusSpeedruns, for having us, and for everyone who's come by and watched and supported. I guess that's pretty much it at this point.
Yeah.
Welcome to the human race.
Alright, ASM. We have the next run ready to go, which is Pac-Man World Any Percent by JoeStad98. So please take it away.